Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. We got videos today from Destra Reborn.
And another recession indicator, y'all really gotta walk with me on this but men not being overly thirsty is a recession indicator now. Hear me.
I mean, sort of. Men do tighten their belts when the recession kind of happens. But we also, I think a lot of men are just more red-pilled and don't want to give women attention anymore.
The denial is a very powerful coping mechanism.
Okay, so do y'all remember this like a couple years ago ending literally in my opinion, like last year? Every time a woman will post a photo dump, it will always include a screenshot of a man saying the thirstiest thing imaginable or imply that she's somewhere getting spoiled. Well, the girls is not posting those no more because the men is not sending them no more.
Enough talk.
It's clear the bitter sisterhood is suffering from a severe case of writer's block. The feminist Cosa Nostra can no longer cook up good copium to keep their addicts satisfied. The simple fact is that men are not spending money on these low vibrational females anymore. The only recession to speak of comes from the lack of simps left to spend on these leftovers. Now please, I'm gonna have to ask you to strap on your Cobra neck brace so you don't injure yourself while watching the mental acrobatics that's about to take place.
And to me, that's a recession indicator because I just feel like men is not really spending it like that because they gotta save it. So they're not even going to start the track record of like, oh, this is going to lead to me spending it. They're not even going to DM no more. I'm telling you, that's a recession indicator.
Maybe men are not DMing you because you're not worth the time, money, and effort it takes to smash. If women like yourself are blatantly bartering their bodies and time for money, why wouldn't a logical man just pay up front for sex when that's all he really wants from you?
I mean, nowadays, yes, a decent-looking man has decent something that just can just ask for sex without having to pay for things. I think if you can do that, most men are going to do that. And if you can't, most men are just not.
I mean, she would rather blame a whole economy than take accountability. Instead of asking herself, how can I make myself more valuable to the men I want? She would beg the government to send out some more stimulus checks.
Now, are y'all walking with me or am I reaching out? Some of the girls, y'all still get the messages. Recession don't matter. It could be a Great Depression. Y'all still won't get the messages. But y'all can't lie and tell me that it hasn't slowed down. Don't lie.
Yes, don't lie to yourself.
Considering you're probably 30-something now, you look high as hell on this video. Like, barely, stringing sentences together.
I'm telling you, something is in the air. It's like men are just more focused on other things, other than which box am I going to beat next.
Bowling.
Men are just not as thirsty or sex-driven as they used to be. I can't explain the phenomenon, to be honest. They have hobbies and goals that they are focused on. At the same
the back in the day of when we used to have 2 TVs and 2 systems, freaking playing Xbox Link with each other, playing Halo, 4v4. That was back in the day. Definitely fun. Nowadays, everything's online. We don't even have to do that. We don't even see each other when we play games anymore. Back in those days, we actually had to bring all of our systems together to play with each other.
Don't be fooled. The sisterhood is going to change their tactics in the coming months and years. Many have realized that shaming is no longer an effective strategy to get men to do as they please.
Nope.
I promise you, they will channel their inner Delilah and attempt to manipulate you into spending again.
Oh, hell no. Don't be cutting my hair.
They're going to try to convince you to believe that spending on them is in your best interest. That you are basically missing out on an experience if you don't waste your money on them. For example.
So I say all this to say, fellas, you are missing out on a caliber of woman because of fear. The fear of spending money, the fear of going all out. You are missing out.
I don't have a fear of spending money. I have a fear of wasting money. There is a difference.
On the greatest potential in the world, a really high quality, high value, generous, kind, giving women, because you don't
Where they at? Where are they at? You tell me
want
where.
to take the initiative and spend money first or give a little first. Guys.
Look, if this doesn't insult your intelligence, then nothing will.
Right.
I really don't know how foolish they think we are. Seems like all you have to do nowadays is get a
Definitely had kids.
set of veneers and the struggle wig with the brown highlights, and that automatically turns a woman from a hood chick to an upper class old money Hillary. They won't even spend a little time to perfect their Valley Girl accent. Yet we're supposed to believe that this wasn't the same girl we saw a month ago in front of us online buying backwoods and magnums in 7-Eleven. Look, ma'am, it's not gonna work. Just because you got a BBL and an Ozempic connection doesn't mean we're gonna spend money trying to chase loose skin. I mean skins. You see, that's a double entendre right there if you think about it.
I got you, Destro. I got you.
Okay, and when y'all hear the haters say, oh, it was the Ozempic, oh, she got a BBL, when y'all hear them start doing this, don't forget to tell them, yeah, but that bitch was in the gym too. That bitch was in the gym too.
A few moments later.
Giving.
This is the same thing as steroids, right? They're in the gym too. They're in the gym. You can't just inject yourself and all of a sudden become massive freaking muscles. You still got to do the workout.
What I learned in church last weekend is if you want your life to change, if you want, you know what I'm saying, some of your dreams and wishes to come through, you know the first thing you're supposed to do is give.
No, the first thing you're supposed.
Then maybe you should give. Does that make sense? Does that even make sense in your own mind? If you're telling us to give to get what we want, maybe you should give to get what you want.
To do is stop doing the same thing while expecting a different outcome. Stop feeding these gremlins. Stop trying to pay women to like you. And definitely stop trying to convince a woman to spend time with you. If she won't catch a cup of coffee or have a drink with you, she doesn't like you. Simple. Steak dinners and concert tickets don't get her panties wet. And honestly, I think most men have realized this. And this is the problem the sisterhood faces.
I know I've known like quite a bit of men that bought concert tickets and like whole festival things just to impress a girl. They're not with them anymore.
A woman likes you, she'll help you to tenderloin touchdown rather than play defense.
What I want men to know is there are some great women out there that you're going to miss and you're never going to experience because of fear. I had to tell a guy this over the weekend. He asked me out, and he asked me out to a bar in Coral Gables. And I simply was like, no, I'm not going to go on a bar date for a first initial date. I'm sorry. And he replied back, and he basically was just like, well, it's our first day. I just wanted to get to know you, da-da-da-da-da. You know, he's one of those that doesn't believe in going all out on the first date, or going to expensive dinner, or just, you know, sit down fancy restaurant. Not even
That's most men nowadays. We're learning. We're learning.
fancy, just like a sit down restaurant on a first date. He's just like, something I don't do because I've been burned in the past. So what? You tricked off on a girl and she ended up using you. So now every woman after that is going to get the bare fucking minimum?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's what these men think. They get used one time. Someone hurt.
You really think it's the one time? What about you, ladies? The one time a Chad Roan uses you, then all men are evil. All men are predators. All men are creeps and dicks.
Their feelings one time, and now all women are gold diggers, and now you refuse to spend over $50 on any bitch until they're your girlfriend, and then you'll give them the world once they're your girlfriend. Sir, good fucking bye.
Bye.
But thank God for me. Thank God for Shaylux. And thank God that I am the dating coach that's in the field.
Wait, what? You're a what? Can I just call myself a dating coach now and just start making money or what? Like, how does this dating coach stuff work? Do I have to be some kind of professional? Do I have to be in a good relationship to prove to other people that I'm a good dating coach? Or do I just have a string of just bad relationships? How do we qualify to be a dating coach? Let me know.
Figuring things out for you, because a lot of these dating coaches will be like, oh, go to Seeking, go to a Millionaire Match, go to Luxy.com, but they don't tell you what it's like to actually date these type of men. Go find you a rich husband. No.
60.
They don't tell you the bad that goes with meeting these men. Yes.
Nah, no shit. The good is money. That's all that matters to you, ladies, is the money.
Sure, you're gonna meet them, but you're the insecurities and the mental anguish that these type of men give you. You're going to lose your shit, and which is why you're gonna go back to dating Tyrone.
She started the video to tell men they should spend more money on women, and ended the same video telling women that men with money will give them mental anguish. And this is their dating coach. And this is their sorry infomercial to convince you to spend your Colombian dollars on them. Pathetic. But when all else fails, the bitter sisterhood will cope with your non-spending by calling you broke.
Dating
or gay
is so trash in New York City, and the reason why I say that is because a lot of these men in New York City are not getting to the bag how they should be. Like, you will have women in New York City working 9-to-5 jobs, bottle girls, social media influencers, hairdressers, lash techs, anything that they need to do to get to a bag. And then you have the men, and they just seem really lazy. And I'm not saying that it's all the men of New York City, but in the black community, I'm noticing like these men will just have basic jobs. But then a lot of times I see how they leech off of women. And like, if one relationship don't work out for them, they'll just go to the next girl and leech off of her. And a lot of times these men don't even have their own homes. And
like, do you not notice that this is what women do? You idiots. Like, this is exactly what women do. Now you're saying, you're talking trash about men that do this, which is a very small echelon or small group of men that are able to do this. But women do this en masse. You guys are broke, dusty, musty crusties with dead-end jobs and expecting us to take care of you. That's the woman playbook. Sorry that men are learning the playbook and are using it against you women now too.
New York City.
Nah.
Most people don't own their own homes in New York City.
Hell no, they
especially
don't.
men in their 20s and 30s. The first thing these women will do after they win the apartment lottery, get a rent-stabilized apartment, lock in their child support slave money, cash in their government assistance check, or get their emergency housing voucher, is call you broke. And we all know that men don't have access to many of these programs.
We don't.
But the bigger picture is that men with or without money are not motivated or excited to spend their hard-earned money tricking on women like this.
You got the bears.
Especially in a city like New York. When this man has worked and saved his money to get a house or apartment, why would he waste time entertaining your mean mugging grimace? And
I've never been to New York, but everybody tells me it's just as expensive as here in Los Angeles, but it's a little bit crappier because the space over there is a little bit smaller.
Masculine attitude. Come on, Ma, let's be serious.
And I get it. New York City is fucking expensive, okay? That's why a lot of times we move out of New York City and go to Jersey or go to somewhere else because it's expensive. But these men in dating, they can't even afford a good date. Am I the only female who feels this way?
No, because you're just a broke, dusty, musty, crusty yourself. That's just why you need a man to pay for the dates. Why don't you go have fun on your own with your own dime?
But wait a minute. You didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blast.
You know, it's funny when these women say, oh, I make my own money. I go to my own restaurants. I go to these fancy places by myself. Do you? Do you really? Because I go to these fancy places by myself. I don't really see single women there sitting at a table ordering food. They're at the bar trying to drink and maybe mingle with the higher echelon men, but they're not there having normal dinners or dinner dates with other female friends at these high-end places. Why? Because you're broke, dusty, musty crusties. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys next time.